Before I had my son, I was very rude and ungrateful. I didn't care about anybody but myself. I mean, I was partying at 13, 14, drinking, smoking. I would be gone for days, and my mom, she never like grounded me or asked me where I was, what was I doing, who was I with. I ended up getting pregnant when I was 14. I had my son when I was 15, and having my son changed me like a lot. My son showed me that I needed to change, that I couldn't just be a child anymore. I had to grow up. I had to take responsibility for not just myself, but for another human being. Me and my mom ended up getting to a fight, and with my son was in my arms when it started. She had hit me in the face. At the time, I didn't know. She ended up calling the police. She threw the phone at me and then left. She took her boyfriend home. So then the police had told me to go to my sister's house for about 72 hours to cool down the situation. I ended up staying with my sister for about a month, living in her laundry room. I learned about Meld through a counselor at Roosevelt High School. It's a program for teen parents that I can move into there and have my own apartment and start becoming independent, more independent. Meld showed me structure. Meld showed me how to be responsible for myself, for my son. Meld helped me become a better mom. I took parenting classes when I was in Meld. Meld gave me a foundation. They gave me a place to call home. Meld gave me a family. A family who cared about me, who truly cared about me, wanted the best for me, and wanted to help me in every way possible so that I could achieve. They taught me how to be a person with feelings. They taught me how to be a person that loves people. They taught me how to be a person that loves to help people and just want to give back to the community.
I grew up in a household, mom and a dad, 6 children. My father was a Vietnam vet, and my mom was just the mom. She was a stay-at-home mom in the beginning. And we came to Rockford for my father to work at Chrysler when Chrysler plant opened. And so I grew up the eldest of 6. So I was held under a lot of responsibility. You know, I was responsible for the younger siblings. I was the big girl, you know, the big sister. I had to do everything pretty much. I was raising kids with my mother. I had a great childhood. My parents were great. We went to church. My mother was home with us all the time. But my friends, I had friends, and my parents had a tight rein, so every chance I got to go or do with friends, I took advantage. Of course, I was a girl in my teenage years. I was boy crazy from the age of 13 to still now. I mean, you know, this is just what we do, girls do, we boy crazy. I didn't realize the consequences of having sex because my mother was the type of mother, she was afraid to have that talk with me. The first time I had sex, I was 15 years old and I got pregnant. First time got pregnant, but I didn't know that you could get pregnant the first time, so, and I got pregnant. And my mother did the best that she could. She tried to explain it to me, explain motherhood to me. She left, it was my choice. My father was so disappointed in me, and I could feel the disappointment in him. And that's why I ended up leaving home when I was 17. And I just felt too much pressure, trying to go to school, trying to be a parent. And my mother didn't take care of my kids. She said, I babysit when I want to babysit. She said, that's how grandmas work. Meld helped me by sitting there with other girls saying, this is what I'm doing and this is what I'm doing. So I got to hear other girls in the same situation with me, probably worse off than me, because a lot of them were homeless, living with other people, but they knew of housing and they knew of the programs that I didn't know of living in a household with two parents, because nobody was going to help me. I was my parents' responsibility. Being with other girls in a group setting that we all just kind of leaned on each other to figure out how to get to do what we needed to do. Well, 29 years later, after meeting Fran and a lot of the girls that have supported me through Meld, I have a job where I'm a receptionist accounting assistant, and I've been there for 15 years. My two daughters that I had going through Meld are now 29 and 27. I have 3 grandchildren, and obviously I was a good role model because neither one of my daughters were teen moms without. So we broke the cycle. We broke the cycle by talking more.
I come from a very abusive home. She put me out when I turned 16. She tried to make me a ward of the state, told the judge she washed her hands of me. 16, I'm homeless in the streets. I go to the St. Elizabeth Center here in Rockford, and the director there sent me to Job Corps. At Job Corps, I was able to obtain my GED and take some business courses, and I was also able to get pregnant. When your third trimester comes around, they say, our facility can no longer handle the medical needs that you need. We called your mom, we're sending you back home. So my mom picked me up from the airport, and she told me that she called Meld. I was scared, 17, pregnant, homeless, scared, and when I went there, people were so warm and nice and caring. And they explained to me that I would have an apartment and I had responsibilities. Meld helped me get a job at First Federal, which was downtown. So they paid for me to go to counseling. Meld offers parenting classes where you can go and they give you like snacks and they read with your child and do crafts and stuff. They teach you like how to interact, how to life skills that you didn't learn growing up from a parent who didn't, teach you these things. I have come so far in life. When I think about it, it blows my mind. I graduated from Rock Valley College with high honors. After that, I went to Northern in DeKalb, Northern Illinois University, and I got my bachelor's in accounting. And now I'm studying to take the CPA exam. I started my own tax business, doing personal tax returns, and I work at Ipsen, and I'm a staff accountant there. I feel so accomplished. It's like I really feel like you live what you learn. My mom was a single mom in the projects. I was able to, remove myself from that world, get married, show my kids that it's important to have a husband and go to college. And my daughter just graduated from high school and she's in college. That's like an accomplishment to me. It's like, she's not pregnant. She's not at Meld. You know what I mean? When I look back on it, it was, you're 17 years old. You don't know, your mom hasn't taught you anything in life. You don't have a father. What do you do? And as I watch my children grow, I can't understand. Like I've been through counseling. I've forgiven my mother. It's like, how can you put your child out in the streets? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what's out there, Some man could have started pimping me on the street and you would have never known. Somebody could have slit my throat and killed me, another homeless person. But it's like, I didn't have anywhere to go. I did meet, like some friends that showed me that I could go to the Rockford Rescue Mission and eat there, and they let women and children eat first. So that's where I got a hot meal from, but I was sleeping under the bridge. I had nowhere to go. And it's like, you don't know what to do. You're 16, what do? You know what I mean? It's not like you're 21, you're like, oh, I know what life is about. I need to get a job and start paying rent. You don't know that stuff. You're only 16 years old and you haven't even finished high school yet. So it was tough, it was very tough.
This is for me and any of the other Meld moms. I sincerely thank you. There's a lot that you have helped us with. A lot of things would not be accomplished if you guys didn't put in the effort that you do put in.
So this is my sincere thank you.
Meld, I want to thank you for being that role model program to allow me to know that I could become more than just a teenage mother. And I want to thank Meld for allowing me the opportunity to give back to them, because I became a mentor. And being a mentor and seeing someone walking in my shoes was a full circle moment for me, because I know that the Meld program works because I'm the living, breathing result of that. And I can show the girls that you too can be a success at being a single parent, getting your education, learning all the things that you need to do to succeed in life.
Meld, I just want to thank you for helping me become a better person, a better mother. And I just thank you for showing me what a heart is and how to love people and just be grateful for the situation that I'm in, and that it can get better. There is a way out. And I just thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to be independent and do something better with my life and my son's life. Because of you, I'm able to give my son a better future. And I greatly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart that you helped soften. Once was hardened, but now is not, because of you, and I thank you for all of it.
I want to thank Meld for all that they've done for me. I would not be where I am today if it were not for you. The life skills that you taught me, the counseling that you provided me, the finding me a job and helping me get to it, and telling me what was right and what was wrong, giving me shelter when I needed it most when I was young, and needed direction in life. I would not be where I am today if it were not for you, and thank you for that.